Welcome to the Texas Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our panelists at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions today and tomorrow. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available in about a week at strivescan.com/Texas. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters, and we are going to kick it off today with Butler University.
Hello and welcome. Thank you all for joining today. We are super eager to meet with you, and I'm excited to kick things off today as the first presenter from Butler University. My name is Katie Poff, and I have the privilege of working with students from all over the cross of the state of Texas, and so definitely excited to share all about the Butler spirit and what we can offer you. And thanks for hanging in, especially during the reschedule. So to kick things off, a little bit about Butler University. We're located in the heart of Indianapolis, Indiana, about 10 minutes from our downtown location. I also have a special friend joining us today, as you see in this PowerPoint video. This is Butler Blue the Fourth. He is our live mascot here on Butler's campus. He's just about a year old, and he's very, very busy spreading a lot of the Butler spirit around our campus. So our live mascot kind of serves as that embodiment of the Butler way, and I highly recommend you check him out on social media, especially during the month of March, as the city of Indianapolis is hosting March Madness, and Butler Blue the Fourth has declared himself the mayor of March. Well, we're going to go ahead and kick things off right away, and I want to build a vision of what does Butler University look like, and what can you envision from our university overall. We're just shy of about 4,700 students with our undergraduate enrollment. Butler heavily focuses on that undergraduate enrollment, providing not only research opportunities, internship avenues, and also student life, really focusing on those undergraduate years, helping you to achieve whatever comes next, whether that be a graduate school program or heading off into the workforce. You'll see our average class size is captured at around 22 students with an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. This is a really unique piece to Butler overall. We're kind of in that sweet size between being a very large public university or a really small university, capped within these numbers. And we've seen that average class size really pull through, allowing us to create relationships with our students on a peer-to-peer basis, along with on a faculty level. Butler offers a wide range of courses, which I'll get to in a bit. And so having that average class size kept so small really allows students to foster that environment from day one on our campus. I also mentioned that 11-to-1 student faculty ratio, and I can tell you firsthand as an alumni of the university that our students are going to be able to gain that perspective from their faculty members. They're going to be able to guide them in their years to come as far as what happens during your post-grad experience as well. And so we really feel like these numbers led us to being the #1 regional university in the Midwest. Now, I mentioned I'd hop into academics, and so Butler's one university with 6 different colleges, really to be able to provide that palette for our students to explore further. A really cool thing about a university like Butler and the size that we're capped at is that our students will also have the opportunity to double major or pick up a minor across any of our 6 colleges. You'll see here, and I'll read through them quickly. We have the College of Communication, College of Ed, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, the Jordan College of Arts, and the Lacey School of Business. Students come to Butler from anything where of our 6-year direct admit PharmD program, to our world-renowned arts and our ballet, of our conservatory style of learning, and to our 100% placement rate in the College of Education, or to our brand new Liberal Arts and Sciences science wing that should be accomplished and finished by this winter. Another important thing that I always want to mention, though, is the idea of a liberal arts foundation. This may be a new term for some of you listening, and if you're new to the college search process, no worries. That's what we're all here to do, is help guide you down that path. But a liberal arts foundation is a basis of learning that when you come to a university like Butler, you're going to be well-rounded in all components. Your science, your reading, your arts, your maths. We want you to have a greater appreciation and understanding to better achieve yourself moving forward. This means you're going to be taking a couple unique courses, right? Anywhere from a dog walking course to a food science course, really just to decide kind of those deeper areas of your interest in study. And you never know, you may pick up a double major or a minor from a core component class that you started with. Now, I mentioned Blue in the very beginning. He's going to be our mascot, taking us on a tour guide throughout campus. And so I want to start off by mentioning that we have so many opportunities inside and outside the classroom. Here at Butler, we find both to be a very valuable component. So Blue here is hosted in front of Robinson Hall. This is our Office of Admission and Financial Aid. So if you visit us on campus, this will be your first stop. But I want to mention that Letterman jacket because students at Butler are involved in over 130 plus different student organizations. We also see students intern. Only 75% of students will intern 2 to 3 times as a Butler student. Along with that, I love to mention that we have a wide study abroad programs offered as well. And so we see 40% of Butler students study abroad at least once, if not multiple times as well as a Butler student. As Blue continues on his journey, he stops at the Selleck Field Bowl here, you'll see, along with the historic Hinkle Fieldhouse hosted there behind him. And so Butler does have many Division I athletic teams located on campus, along with a wide range of spirit from homecoming to alumni support as well. And so being able to be at a small university with such a large platform as Division I athletics really marries the both of those put together beautifully. And here you'll see Blue make his journey to the observatory here on campus. Butler has almost 100 acres of green space across between Holcomb Gardens and places like the observatory. I also want to give a quick shout out to Clues Memorial Hall. That is the home of our arts program. We are lucky enough to see our own ballet program also perform the Nutcracker every single year. So if you have a heart for theater or for science or for culture overall, Butler has that just in their backyard to offer their students and really bring the community of Indianapolis together. And last but not least, I want to mention how to get involved with Butler. So you'll see this aerial view of our campus. Our application always goes live August 1st. And if you're a current senior listening, no, it is not too late. You can reach out with our rolling admission. At Butler, we are also now a test optional university. This is a new change for a lot of schools, but we're excited to bring that to our students overall. So check out our website. I'll throw it in the chat. Visit butler.edu and come join us on campus for virtual or in-person events. But thank you for listening today.
Thank you so much, Butler University. We're now going to move to DePauw University. Whenever you're ready, take it away.
Mute. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jacqueline Bauer, and I am the Regional Director for Southeast Recruiting and our Alumni Recruitment Team at DePauw University. And for the next 6 minutes, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you can find your gold within at DePauw University. So my first slide is a beautiful shot of campus. We are a small-sized liberal arts university located in Greencastle, Indiana, which is a really great college town. We have just under 2,000 students, and some things that we are really proud of is we have 20% first-generation students, 19% legacy students. We have about 29% of our students come to DePauw to play D3 sports, but we also have a very rigorous intramural and club sport program. We have students from 39 states, and Texas is well represented. And at DePauw, we have a College of Liberal Arts and also a School of Music. Within our College of Liberal Arts, we have 49 majors and 56 minors, and students love to mix and match and combine areas of study to make a really unique degree track. Because we're small and we're only undergraduate, you'll have the opportunity to do that at DePauw. Some of our top majors include economics, communication, computer science. We're seeing a growing interest in global health and anything sciencey, probably based on the pandemic. Our professors receive a lot of research money, and there's lots of opportunities to do research in the sciences. It's attracting a lot of students recently. In our School of Music, there are also some degree tracks. Some are based performance and some are music education. If you love music and you have an artistic side, but you're thinking about med school, you could actually do a double major with School of Music and a science or any of the liberal art degree tracks. And that would be a 5-year program, and you'll graduate with 2 undergraduate degrees. Or if you just love music, you want to toss it in there as a minor, or even just take classes and take advantage of our amazing music professors, that's always an option too. And we have a new minor in musical theater too. We have honor scholar and fellow programs at DePauw, which gives students the opportunity to take their education to that next level. The Honor Scholar program encompasses all the degree tracks. So it basically takes your degree track and puts it on steroids. You're going to be doing major thesis projects and top-notch internships and lots of opportunities for specialized study abroad programs. The fellows programs, as you can see, they're more aligned to the different majors. Environmental fellows or the science majors, management fellows are students that really want to go into the business world and marketing or finance. And then we also have a really strong media fellows program for those that are interested in any type of communications. It could be broadcasting or public relations or even teaching communications. All of these programs come with semester-long paid internships, and really great companies come to recruit our students for internships. Most students do 2 internships during their time at DePauw. Sometimes a student will do 3. Now, you're going to be studying really hard and taking advantage of amazing academics, but also you want to have a little bit of fun in college. So we have a lot of opportunities to do that while you gain leadership skills and different experiences. We have 120 clubs and organizations, which is a lot of clubs compared to how many students we have. So our students are usually involved in about 5 to 10 clubs, and it's a great chance to try something maybe that you loved in high school, but dabble in something that you didn't have a chance to do in high school and try something new. We have 23 D3 varsity teams. You're going to hear from Wabash later on in tonight's presentations. They're our arch rival, and this photo you see is the Monon Bell game we play at the end of our football season for the ability to have that bell on our campus. And due to COVID, we got to keep the bell 2 years in a row. So I'm kind of giving a little bit of shout out to my colleague from Wabash, who will be talking to you a little bit later on. We also have concerts and art shows and performances on campus. Our School of Music hosts 2 operas and a lot of musical theater performances. We also bring in a lot of guest speakers, and we're easing that back into campus life right now in a very COVID safe way. The students enjoy taking advantage of all of those opportunities. I mentioned global health is becoming a major that's picking up popularity. Anything that has to do with wellness is really popular on our campus now. We have yoga at our nature park, which you're seeing a photo of there. We also have a wellness center, lots of classes and things that you can do to physically stay fit, but also spiritually. We have a lot of programs to just help with stress and connection, which is just so important right now. These are some of the companies that recruit for internships and jobs out of DePauw University. You could see a nice list there. I like to point out the slide all the way on the right or the left, depending on how if I'm mirrored or not. But we have a 84% 4-year graduation rate, 90% medical school acceptance rate, which we're very, very proud of, and an 80% law school acceptance rate. We also have a winter term that allows students to prep for the MCAT and the LSAT. So I am running at the end of my time, and I want to show you that we're on the Common App. We are test optional. These are some deadlines. We have rolling admissions also, so if you're a senior, you could apply. If you're a junior, connect with us. I'm going to put my contact information in the chat box. These are other ways to connect. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, DePauw University. I know the time goes by very quickly when you're sharing all these important details about your institutions. We're now going to learn from Purdue University.
Great, awesome. Okay, well, hello everyone. My name is Brenda Ramirez. I am the regional representative for Central as well as South Texas. So I am based in Austin, Texas. I am a proud Purdue alum. So as I'm kind of going through my presentation, you'll definitely hear a little bit about kind of my experience as a student. And yeah, with that, we can go ahead and get started. So for those of you who are not familiar with our institution, Purdue is definitely on the larger scale. So we have just under 35,000 undergraduate students on our campus. And although we are a public state university within the state of Indiana, we do serve students not only from all over the country, but all over the world. So we do have one of the largest international student populations, and we have every single state represented on our campus. So not only will you be meeting with people from Indiana, but then you might also find some friends from your hometown or state. As far as our kind of environment, a lot of the time students are like, well, where is West Lafayette? So we're located about 1 hour north of Indianapolis and about 2 hours south of Chicago. We're definitely a college town feel, but there's so much to do on campus, whether it's attending the annual Starry Night Festival, where we have arts and crafts vendors, pop-up shop. We also have concerts and musical acts perform. There's also a lot of local things to do within the West Lafayette and Lafayette communities. So whether you want to go ice skating during the winter time or maybe catch a movie at the local movie theater. And then we also bring things on campus such as the farmers market, which will be on campus in the fall as well as in the springtime. The other thing I tell students about is, getting involved. That is always a great way to kind of keep busy and really make the most out of your undergraduate experience. At Purdue, we do have almost 1,000 different organizations. So there is pretty much something for everyone, whether it's athletics. We are a D1 school or a Division I school playing at the highest level. However, if maybe, you just want to be a little bit less competitive, you can join intramural team or even a club sport. We also have the All-American marching band with the world's largest drum, as you see pictured on this slide. And then there's also academic clubs. Whether you're thinking about going to law school and you want to do a pre-law society. And then we also have Greek life. So about 20% of our students are involved in Greek life, but if you decide not to be a part of that, you definitely wouldn't miss out. So that's something else I like to point out to prospective students. As far as job readiness, we do have a Center for Career Opportunities for students to take advantage of. There's a bunch of resources, whether it's looking for internships, getting job preparation for interviews, or even just getting some professional attire. We do have a careers closet that students can take advantage of. Now moving into the academic side of things. So at Purdue, we do have 11 different academic colleges and we offer over 200 different majors. I obviously don't have the time to cover every single program, but I can talk about a few or highlight a few that we get a lot of interest with. First and foremost being our College of Engineering. We are a top 9 undergraduate program for that. Our computer science program is also fairly popular. We actually have the oldest computer science department in the country. We also just got a new business degree within our Krannert School of Management, which is our integrated business engineering degree. But we also have humanities and social sciences. So if you are thinking about theater or art or history, our College of Liberal Arts does offer over 40 different majors within that college. Now, when it comes to evaluating the application, we do practice a holistic review. So we're going to look at a variety of different things. There aren't any specific minimum or maximum requirements. I know a lot of the times I get the question what does my GPA need to be to get in, or SAT, ACT score? We don't have any minimum. So there's not a certain number that we're looking for. If anything, we're going to be looking at your high school coursework, your grades, the rigor of your courses, as well as your personal essay, any other additional information you want to share with us, as well as co-curricular activities and kind of the fit for your program, as well as at the university. And then here are just some quick high-level deadlines for those of you that may be coming upon the application process. Our current application for the fall 2021 class has closed. So we have kind of filled all our programs. However, for the coming, so if you're a junior for the coming cycle, our application will open on August 1st on the Common App. And then November 1 is our early action deadline. This is also the deadline to be considered for any of our merit-based scholarships. So I always encourage students, apply by November 1 if you can, to kind of really make the most out of your chances for one of the merit scholarships. And then lastly, I do want to cover some of the information for tuition costs. We're always very transparent for what it is for, it would be non-resident if you are currently living in Texas. That's going to be that middle row. So for both tuition fees as well as room and board, it ends up being just under $40,000 for the academic year. That being said, we have had frozen tuition for the last 10 years, which is pretty amazing. This is a price that I paid being an out-of-state student when I went to Purdue. So we're always proud to tout that. And then lastly, that is our website. We have a bunch of virtual opportunities that students can take advantage of. So I highly encourage, if you want to learn more, to come visit that website. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Purdue University. That was fantastic. We're now going to move to St. Mary's College.
Hello, everyone. It would help if I unmuted myself. My name is Colleen Burke. I'm an admission counselor at St. Mary's, and I'm so excited to be here with all of y'all tonight to share some information with you. So St. Mary's, we are located in Notre Dame, Indiana. We're about 90 miles outside the city of Chicago and about 2.5–3 hours outside of Indianapolis. We are a smaller institution. We have roughly around 1,600 students on campus. So our average class size is around 17–18 students in a class setting. What's nice is that means that our students are getting a very individualized and personalized educational experience. Your professors are going to know your name, know where you sit in class, you don't show up to class one day, and all of that stuff. So it's nice knowing that you are going to get to benefit from that one-on-one attention in the classroom. Along with that, we have over 50 academic programs our students can get involved in. Our more popular programs include nursing, education, business, communication studies, psychology, anything STEM related is very popular as well. We also have a speech language pathology program with a master's offered on campus and a dual degree engineering program with the University of Notre Dame. Along with that, we have a ton of research opportunities our students can get involved in. All of our students, before they graduate from St. Mary's, will conduct research that is associated with their majors. But even prior to senior year, students can get involved in research both at St. Mary's and across the street at Notre Dame as well. So for those of you who may not have known coming here tonight, we are an all-women's college. And as a proud alumna of St. Mary's myself, I can say there are so many amazing benefits of attending a women's college. When I was looking at schools, I like to think not terribly long ago, I know I had all these ideas in my head of what I thought a women's college was going to be, a mean girls scenario, a very competitive and cliquey environment. And I'm here to tell you it is the complete opposite of that. It's nice knowing at St. Mary's and at women's colleges, you're going to be a part of a very supportive and tight-knit community, a place where you're really going to get to be yourself and pursue what it is that you're passionate about, while also building up your confidence over your 4 years and being in a very empowering environment as well too. You can see here the stats on the slide that women who go on to women's colleges are more likely to complete a graduate degree versus women going to public universities. And more women feel prepared for their jobs coming from women's colleges than women coming from public universities. So there's a lot of amazing benefits that go along with being part of that all women's college experience. And you can see our students are doing just that. They are going and getting into the programs that they're applying for and getting those jobs that they're applying for as well too. We have 95% of our recent graduates employed or enrolled in grad school within 1 year of graduation. We have a career fair every fall that we host on our campus. Notre Dame has one as well too that our students are invited to attend. We also have our Career Crossings office, which really helps our students kind of get to that statistic that we're really proud of through different programming that we have on campus. We have an alumni resource network with over 8,000 alums that our students can connect with. And you can see that our students truly go all over the country and the world as well too. Our Career Crossings office is also a lifelong program, so it's not just for students at St. Mary's, but our alums are also able to come back and utilize those resources. And we work incredibly hard here at St. Mary's to make the education that you'll be receiving as affordable as possible. We have 100% of our incoming students receiving merit-based, receiving financial aid at St. Mary's, including merit-based scholarships that we award our students when they are admitted to the college, including St. Mary's institutional grant money, campus employment opportunities, student loans as well. And then we also accept outside scholarships. Here at St. Mary's, we're also so confident that you will graduate in 4 years. We actually have 94% of our St. Mary's students graduating in 4 years, that we have our 4-year graduation promise that states that you will graduate in 4 years. And if not, we will take care of the tuition, fees, whatever costs needed for you to go and get your degree. Along with that, we are consistently ranked among the top national liberal arts colleges in the US and ranked number 47 in best value colleges. While we are an all-women's college and our students get the amazing experiences that go along with being at an all-women's college, what's nice is they do still get that co-ed experience and that big school experience as well too. We are located right across the street from the University of Notre Dame and next door to Holy Cross College. So our students are also part of a tri-campus community where they can go across the street and get involved academically. Students can take courses at Notre Dame starting their sophomore year. You can get involved in the clubs and organizations, including marching band, ROTC, cheerleading, go to the dances and social events, sit in the student section for all the home Notre Dame football games, basketball, and hockey as well. So it's nice that you can still have that small school experience and that all women's experience while also still getting the benefits of going to a larger school and getting that co-ed experience as well. So a little bit about our admission process. Here at St. Mary's, we have 2 ways that our students can apply. We have our early decision deadline and we have regular decision. For any seniors that are out there, we are rolling admission and still accepting applications right now. When it comes to reviewing the applications for our students, I will say we take a very holistic review process. We look at everything that our students send us when making decisions. We are a test optional institution. We have been for about 3 years now and will continue to do so in the future as well. And at the end of the day, when we are reviewing the applications for our students, we want to ensure that they're going to be successful, not just for 1 year, but for all 4 years at St. Mary's. And if you have any further questions about the application, about St. Mary's or anything at all, please let me know. I am your admission counselor and we would love to see you either at one of our virtual events or our in-person events that we have going on this spring.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, St. Mary's College. We are now going to head to the University of Evansville. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Good evening. So my name is Jill Fisher and I'm an admission counselor with the University of Evansville. I actually work with students from the entire state of Texas. So any of you in Texas, you're going to be with me if you have an interest in the University of Evansville. Feel free to take a picture of any of the slides as I go along in case you want to view them later. All right, so a little bit about the University of Evansville. We're located in Evansville, Indiana, which you might be thinking, where is Evansville, Indiana? So I have a picture of the state of Indiana on this slide. You can see the little orange star at the bottom, and that is where we are. We're in that southwestern corner. We are the 3rd largest city in the state with several major cities just only 2 or 3 hours away if you did want to get away for a weekend trip. We also, Evansville offers a lot of those big city amenities, but you have that small town feel that's very, very welcoming. And that's one of the things I love about this town. Our campus does cover just over 75 acres, but you can get anywhere on campus within 5 minutes of walking. So, you don't have to get up too early for class if you just need to walk a few buildings away. At UE, our total enrollment is just over 2,400 total students. It's about 2,000 of those that are undergraduates. And then you can see that we have a low student to faculty ratio of 11:1, and our average class size is 16. So we're offering small classes to help students better engage with our faculty. Our professors, they want to get to know you as a person, not just a name and a number on their roster. Our incredible faculty, they teach because that's their passion. That's what they're passionate about. They want to, be a mentor to you and help you be successful to reach those goals that you have in mind. At UE, we also have over 80 majors and different areas of study. I'm not obviously going to go through all of those, but some unique programs that we offer are creative writing, archaeology, theater, statistics and data science, just to name a few. We also have direct entry opportunities in nursing, athletic training, also in the graduate programs of Doctor of Physical Therapy and the Masters of Physician Assistant Science. And then, so all of our students are encouraged to study abroad. And we also have, we encourage all of our students to have at least one internship while they're in, during their time at UE. And then we have over 130 different student organizations on campus. So that's, Greek life, leadership type organizations, different academic clubs. There are social clubs. We actually have a squirrel club because if you see my background, we have a lot of greenery and a lot of trees, and we have squirrels that love to hang out. So we actually have a club for that, where the students will feed the squirrels, and I heard they're going to build houses for them, is what I hear. But as for athletics, we are probably one of the smallest Division I schools in the country. We do have 17 different athletic teams. We are known as the Purple Aces, and you can actually see a picture of our mascot down in the bottom right corner. That is Ace Purple. So how does spending a semester living in a castle sound? I think most people would say, I want to spend a semester in a castle. Well, at UE, you can actually study abroad at Harlaxton College, which is our study abroad campus over in England. And you actually would get to feel like you're studying at the real Hogwarts because they actually put you in the different houses and you have house competitions while you're over there. So any of you Harry Potter fans out there, this might be the place for you. Harlaxton is located about an hour north of London. We do own and operate Harlaxton. So your tuition, your room and board is the same cost, but your scholarships and your financial aid actually go over there with you. So your additional costs are basically going to be related to your travel. So getting over there and back. And then you have 3-day weekends each week. So you can travel throughout the UK, throughout Europe. There's even a couple weekends where they extend the weekend out to 4 days. So you can travel out a little farther. Now, all majors are able to go. I know a lot of places, sometimes those more rigorous programs like nursing or engineering, they aren't able to study abroad, but we make it work. We build it into our programs. So most students students in most majors are going to be able to go during sophomore year. Our nursing students actually will go in the fall of their senior year because they're actually going to be able to participate in clinical experience in public healthcare setting while they're over there. And then here's something kind of to think about. Are you someone that sees challenges as an opportunity to make a difference? If you can answer yes to that question, then you are what's called a change maker. So UE is one of approximately 50 official change maker campuses around the world. This means our students and faculty set the bar for social innovation and making a positive change in the world. You can actually start making a difference from day one at UE by taking what we call change lab classes and work on something that you have an idea for and actually putting it down on paper and executing a plan, to make whatever that challenge is that you see, making that become a reality and help with that challenge. So our students, just to give you some examples of what they're doing, they're making positive change by promoting alternative energy sources. We've had students that are working on reducing infant mortality here in Vandenberg County, which is the county that Evansville is located in. And then we even have students that are providing microloans and services to women entrepreneurs, which I think is really, really cool. And then we also have a high school changemaker challenge that is open to all high school students across the country, where you pitch your idea and that you can stack up a full tuition scholarship. So applying to UE, we have two pathways, traditional and test optional. The traditional applicant is going to submit test score, transcript, and application. Test optional is going to submit application, transcript, and then in place of test scores, we'll submit an essay. We are still taking applications for next fall. And for anyone that's not a senior, our application opens on August 1st of your senior year.
Wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I'm so sorry that I have to cut you off. Make sure
It's
that you
okay.
drop your
I
contact
will.
information in the chat. We appreciate all of this information, Jill. And we are now going to move on to our final institution of our presentation today, and that is Wabash College.
Awesome. Hey, y'all. My name is Tyler Wade, and I am an Associate Director of Regional Admissions at Wabash College. Wabash is a small private liberal arts college located in Indiana. I guess I should also mention, as Regional Admissions Counselor, I live here in Dallas, Texas, and recruit students from across the state of Texas. So at Wabash College, we talk about educating our students to learn more, earn more, lead more, and play more. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about exactly how we do that. So first, when we talk about educating our students to learn more, we do that in a pretty rigorous liberal arts setting. You'll see some important information here about sort of our outcomes, and we're really, really proud of our outcomes at Wabash. So ones that focus on that classroom experience, right? These are rankings from the Princeton Review. We're rated 3rd in the country for most accessible professors, 10 for professors who get high marks, and 13th for best classroom experience. Our classes are small, pretty heavily discussion-based, lots of reading, lots of writing, lots of kind of grappling with big questions and discussing it with your friends. We very seldom, if ever, will do a multiple choice test. At Wabash, most of your exams are going to be sort of written essay format exams, so a little bit different than what you may be used to doing in high school. On the back end, once you get out of college, we also have a really strong program to help our students find jobs and internship opportunities. So we have the nation's #1 ranked alumni network. We're ranked #1 for internship opportunities and 5th for career services. Again, these are all national rankings from the Princeton Review. So some pretty awesome things going on to be able to help set you up for success. When I talk about teaching our students to earn more, here's some information just about some earnings stuff and outcomes, again, to kind of harp on some ones that I like to point out. So one of them is that 1 in 10 of our graduates are an executive at the company that they work for. We have a 94% acceptance rate into medical school and an 88% acceptance rate into law school. Those are both well above the national average. And we have really outstanding career earnings information. We also were able to have 87% of our students secure a summer internship this last summer during COVID-19. So we were super proud of that statistic because obviously it was really hard for students to find internship opportunities everywhere. But our alums in our career services office were able to make so that our students could have those internship opportunities. These are just examples of some of the places that our students have gone on to either study for graduate school, interned, or gone on to full-time opportunities. Wabash has a host of kind of co-curricular experiential programs like the Center for Innovation, Business, and Entrepreneurship. We also have really good programs in dual degree engineering, in partnership with places like Purdue University, Columbia University in New York, and Washington University in St. Louis. Articulated agreements for law school, as well as partnerships with Notre Dame's Mendoza College of Business. So the majority of our students actually go on and pursue a degree after their undergraduate degree in their time at Wabash. We also talk a lot about teaching our students to lead more. There are all kinds of ways to be able to get involved on our campus. As I mentioned, there's only 1,000 students at Wabash. So really ample opportunities for you to be able to take a leadership role in different clubs or organizations. We have about 80 different clubs on campus. Also opportunities for you to be able to step up and show sort of leadership in your living unit or through different campus activities like the Interfraternity Council or the Independent Men's Association. At Wabash, we're only governed by one rule of conduct, which is the gentleman's rule, and that is that the student is expected to conduct himself at all times, both on and off campus, as a gentleman and responsible citizen. So we believe in our students' ability to be able to make decisions, but also trust them to have the accountability to be able to own up to the consequences of their decisions. Definitely something that I think is pretty unique to a place like Wabash and not the same as you will get at lots of other colleges. But again, we think that's important for you becoming a better leader, becoming a more emotionally intelligent person, a parent, somebody that works in the workforce. And so really, really great opportunities to be able to get involved in leadership opportunities on campus. Lastly, we talk about teaching our students to play more. A big part of that at Wabash is through athletics. We have 12 different varsity sports on our campus. We just added volleyball in 2020. We are a member of NCAA Division III and compete in the North Coast Athletic Conference. A lot of the outcomes here sort of speak for themselves. I think we're ranked 5th all time for most wins in Division III football as the 5th winningest program, and typically are ranked really high in other sports as well. If athletics is not really the thing that you're into, there are also other ways to be able to get involved on campus. We are just 45 minutes outside of Indianapolis, which I think is the 16th largest city in the country, and a whole host of activities available there. Wabash is located in a small town called Crawfordsville. Crawfordsville has lots of neat little shops, sort of farm to table restaurants. There's really good Mexican places in Crawfordsville. It's just really nice, sort of quintessential small town in Indiana. I also sort of joke sometimes, I think if you're bored on campus, it's because you're boring. There's always, an art exhibition, a speaker, a recital, something going on in a way to be able to get involved on campus. This is some information that just talks about sort of important dates and within the sort of application process. Wabash offers very generous merit and need-based scholarship opportunities. We are test optional next year as well. Essay is optional, and applications are still open for this fall. The last thing that I'll sort of close with, there's only one college in the nation that made all of the lists that you see here, and that's Wabash College. And so we hope that you will put us on your list. I will put my contact information in the chat here in a little bit. Really thank you for your time this evening.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Wabash College. And thank you to all of our panelists today who shared all of this information about their universities and institutions. I am now going to turn it back over to our university representatives and have them answer a very important question. Let me share my screen. All right. And that question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We're going to go ahead and let each of our university representatives answer this question, and we're going to start back at the top of the order with Butler University.
Great question. We would always encourage students to visit. So even during a pandemic, most of our colleagues here will offer virtual visit opportunities as well. And I know a lot of our schools here are in the state of Indiana. And so find a way to visit, whether it be plan a summer road trip, come on a spring break or fall break, or even hop online and head on to a virtual visit opportunity. You can't really feel a college until you get your hands on that college or you're able to hop on a visit opportunity. So visit, whether it's virtual or in person, find a way to visit.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much. DePauw University, what's your advice?
I'm going to kind of take the visit one step further, connect with us. So after you visit, connect with your admissions officer. We love to talk to you. We love to give you advice and answer any of your questions. We want you to be successful in your college search, and we have a lot of information we could share with you. So definitely make sure to connect. You're never bothering us at all.
Great tips. Thank you. Purdue University?
Yeah, so I think my biggest point of advice is always getting organized and creating some kind of system that works for you when you are researching universities. For example, today you just heard from 6 different universities, lots of information was thrown at you. So creating some kind of system where you can keep track of deadlines, requirements, visit opportunities is a really great way so you don't double the work once it comes to actually making a decision about where you're going to go.
Great tips. Thank you. How about St. Mary's College? What advice do you have for our attendees today?
I would definitely say don't be closed off to going to schools that are further away. I am from Georgia originally and never thought I would have seen myself going to school in Indiana. I was terrified of the cold weather and everything that went along with that. So definitely don't let all of those factors kind of play an impact. Look at the schools that are going to offer you the experiences that you are looking for in a college and go from there. Don't let distance or anything like that get too in the way.
Perfect. Thank you so much. University of Evansville?
So my advice would be not to necessarily follow in your friends' footsteps. Whenever they are applying to schools, don't apply to the same schools just because that's where your friends might go. Find your own path. And find what's going to be the best fit for you, because that may not be the same thing as your friends. Take this from my experience. I did that. I followed my friends to college. And there's so much out there. Explore it on your own.
That's great advice. Thank you. And last but not least, again, Wabash College.
Yeah, I think all of the above that folks have said. The thing that I would sort of emphasize is I think it's really important to be a good consumer, especially in light of sort of the last year that we've gone through with COVID-19. So I would definitely encourage students to take a look at places that definitely have potentially a smaller sort of environment, a place that, like Wabash, we have been able to have our classes all on campus in person the entire year, and made that a really important institutional mission from the very beginning, albeit doing that in a really safe, socially distanced way. And so I think if that's important to you, make sure that that's an important part of your college search process. The other thing I would say is look and see sort of what are the trends of the colleges you're looking for, especially in regard to their graduation rates and their enrollment rates. Is it a place that is growing, or is it a place that's not growing? That could be a signal of something that may warrant a little bit deeper of a dive into it. So those would be sort of my tips about being a good consumer.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I feel so fortunate to have had such experts on this panel today. And I know everyone who is catching this session, either live or the recording, has learned a lot. So thank you to all of our university representatives and to all of our attendees. I want to close out our session today by letting you know that when you close your window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd really appreciate any feedback that you can provide on that survey. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted both tonight and tomorrow night. So please make sure that you catch those other sessions that may be of interest. And then in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Texas. And that concludes our event tonight. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye-bye.